All right, let's head back to our earlier story to do with power supply challenges and the Chamber of Independent Power Generators Ghana descending heavily on the Volta River Authority, calling for the immediate halt to the supply of 200 megawatts of power to neighboring countries. Hopefully, we can hear from Elikplim Akpatobo, who is a Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber. Good afternoon to you. So tell us a bit more about your concerns, why you think the government is not prioritizing the taxpayer.
Good afternoon. We have been experiencing some challenges with regards to power supply in the country. Let me term this as a crisis situation for which we require some sacrifice or crisis management to address the issue. Let me clarify that I'm not against VRA's export business. It is an emerging market which even we, the IPPs, are interested. But the fact is the sector is governed by regulation, a regulation that I believe applies to the regulated market participants. That is VRA in this case. What I mean to say is that there is a regulation that stipulates that before anyone can export power, there is the need to ensure that we have met the domestic demand. And there is an industry practice that let's create a margin of reserve. In excess of that, we can export. But the fact is, the country has been going through some turbulent times with regards to the supply, and VRA as a state-owned institution should be the first person to prioritize the domestic demand. Should be the first person to sacrifice whatever benefits that they're enjoying from the export market. So this is what we try to challenge, that the Energy Commission should, as a matter of urgency, stop that, so that we can have adequate supply. When the situation normalizes, they can go ahead and do their business.
But how significantly would our power supply challenges be impacted if we are to halt the exports of 200 megawatts of power to our neighboring countries? I mean, how significant would that be?
Let me say that on the face of things, we have 200 megawatts that we see on records, but in effect, there is more that is going into the export market rather than we see on the records. That 200 megawatts can power about 500,000 households on assumption that every household consumes just about 300 kilowatts hour of electricity. If we have that, I think a situation improves a bit rather than what we are experiencing in the country.
Well, 30 seconds because we have to run out of the show. So if I'm just thinking that the situation is beyond our power supply challenges, beyond what we are exporting. So how do we fix the bigger issue, which has to do with power generation?
Most of the power plants that we have, let me speak for the IPPs, that we are all available working, but the fact is that is not enough to meet the required demand locally. So we require this exports from VRA to stop to complement whatever is made available.
All right. Elikplim Akpatobo, Chief Executive of the Chamber of Independent Power Generators Ghana, appreciate your time.